Hello and welcome to my easy to understand guide to the music video I'll Get By the Lathums. This video is going to be particularly relevant for you if you are studying OCR GCSE Media Studies, as it appears as a set text on that specification from 2025 onwards. It's quite conventional for a band's first ever music video to be quite low budget. A lot of record labels aren't going to invest huge amounts of money for a really high budget music video in a band that's quite new. So it makes sense that this video is a performance video with not a huge high budget narrative or special effects. You can clearly see there's quite low production values going on. The band logo appears on the drum kit, which helps to add a sense of branding to the band because you want to kind of make that band stand out and seem memorable to an audience in their first video. The instruments being strapped to their car really emphasise the fact that these guys are musicians, that they have some talent, some skill, and that they play their own instruments. It makes them seem like kind of everyday real people, kind of travelling the road, going to gigs, doing music jobs. And so it really emphasises the fact that these guys are kind of everyday, normal people, a band just starting out in their career. The car is just one car for all of them, and it looks like quite a kind of old car. It makes them seem quite down to earth. It gives them a working class vibe, which is going to appeal to a lot of audiences. And the working class tone to the music video is continued through the use of the setting. Lots of quite run down streets in the north of England. So really adding to this sense that these guys are kind of everyday, normal, working class people, and they would be quite relatable to a lot of audiences in similar situations. The bright yellow car and the rainbow dice makes them seem quite quirky and colourful characters. And of course, the rainbow dice has connotations potentially of the pride flag, which you can see carried on later in the video. Lots of references to LGBTQ communities and the pride flag, the rainbow symbol. So really appealing to audiences from LGBTQ background. We see lots of scenes here, a little montage of them performing on the street, and it's got quite a chilled out, laid back vibe. They're sitting on the car, there's girls roller skating past them. So it makes them feel kind of very relaxed. The singer hanging his head out of the car makes him seem like he's having lots of fun and enjoying life. And the scenes of him joining in with some of the local people, it makes the band feel like they are part of the community and that they are accepted by everyone. The use of local people in the montages, again, adds diversity and makes the video seem quite cosmopolitan. We see a scene of a lot of older people in a kind of social hall, and it's like kind of half empty, and the band are performing on stage. And this really connotes the fact that they're at the beginning of their career and perhaps they don't have that huge popular following. And the use of a social hall itself is kind of very associated with like working class northern Britain. So again, kind of the choice of locations to appeal to particular demographics. We also get the use of a lot of rural areas as well. So we see kind of kids with chickens, we see fields, we see llamas. And potentially, again, that's to kind of target audiences in the kind of more rural areas up north in Britain. The idea of diversity is continued here. We see Asian girls playing the instruments, we see older people dancing, and again, I suppose that adds to this theme of diversity. They continue to play different venues in the music video, and it shows them kind of going on a tour of different northern locations. And at this point, we see kind of the map appear on the screen, and we actually kind of see the graphic of the car touring these different locations. And again, these locations are going to be very familiar and recognisable to a lot of audiences who live in the northern parts of Britain. We get quite glamorous and quirky looking characters here. We have Elvis coming in to add a little bit of Las Vegas glamour. We have the drag queens as well. So very inclusive, trying to be quite exciting and colourful. The editing style is quite unusual here. It's almost like they've added a kind of noise or grain to the film, which makes it feel kind of like old-fashioned and crackly. It gives it kind of a nostalgic vibe. Lots of people having fun, lots of people smiling. It adds this idea of positivity, optimism, and it shows that people really enjoy this music, creating a really positive outlook of the band. The location in the background is Blackpool Central Pier, which is quite recognisable and again gives the video a very northwestern UK feel. The snake could represent a lot of things. It might make the singer seem quite masculine and brave, But the snake also has lots of connotations of northern towns like Wigan. Wigan is associated with the snake pit, with snakes in wrestling from a long time ago. And also there was a quite a famous song by Al Wilson called The Snake, which the Lathums go on later on to cover. So the snake may represent some kind of iconography that is relevant to both the Lathums, to Wigan, to the northwest of the UK. There's an interesting lyric here where one singer sings, maybe you're my king, maybe you're my queen, maybe you are something in between. And that's where we see the drag queen as well. And I suppose it's this idea of connoting that gender is not necessarily binary. You're adding quite a diverse and complex representation of gender here, as in it doesn't necessarily matter if you're male or female, or indeed not necessarily falling into one of those binary categories, being something in between. And so potentially appealing to audiences with a variety of gender identities and showcasing themselves as a band that's very open in terms of embracing different genders, sexualities, ethnicities, etc. It makes them feel very liberal, very open-minded and very accepting. And that's emphasised when they drive underneath the rainbow sign. So really kind of emphasising the themes about sexuality and gender. The band members are seen, messing around, having fun. It makes them seem like kind of good time people. Of course, the car breaks down. We see the steam coming from the bonnet, and that, connotes the fact that this car was super old. Again, emphasising the fact that this band is quite poor, quite working class. They're not living a very glamorous, expensive, luxurious lifestyle here. They actually tried to plan and shoot this video originally, and then COVID happened. And it meant that it was very difficult to try and film. It got shut down, the production. And then when they tried to do the video once it had kind of opened up again, a lot of people that were going to be in it could no longer make it. So they actually had to put a kind of call out online for volunteers to come and be in the video. And so everyone you see kind of turning up in the video, all these kind of quirky local people, they're real people that kind of volunteered to be in the video from within the local areas. And that helps to explain why it is so diverse and unusual in terms of the characters we see. So that was my easy to understand guide to the Lathums music video. Don't forget to check out my channel for more videos that are going to be relevant for you. And if you've got any questions or if you've got any videos that you would like that I don't already have, leave a little comment below and I'll see what I can do.